Kitty is. How Hardy. Hey, welcome to the stage, buddy.
Thank you.
Say hey to all the fine folks.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
But watch this. He would say this, I promise, whether or not this guy in the middle sitting up here on stage ever. Who's your favorite NASCAR Cup Series driver?
Corey LaJoy.
He says it every year. I promise it's not.
Appreciate that, bro. But you know, he's been a little bit of a passion project for me. You came over to the shop last year. Quick story, and there's like a couple things that I don't like in the world, and it's spiders, IRS, and iRacing. And I've had this rig in my basement, in my house, in the shop. It's just been like collecting dust and being a little bit of like taking up space in my house. So he was at the shop hanging around for our media day. I said, you know what? I'm just going to give you this because I know you're going to burn it up with the caveat. Tell the people what the caveat is.
New school or my parents can pull the plug.
Mom has the authority to pull the plug on that WR rig at any time. So I don't think we've had to do that, have we, Mom? So that's good. Good grades. One time, so when I was, how old are you? 12? 12.
Ever, what year were you born?
2011.
02?
What, when?
2011.
Oh, 11.
2011, gosh almighty.
I hit harder last week than what y'all might think. Phoenix was a pretty big lick. I'm still trying to, dust the cobwebs off.
2002.
Yeah, I didn't carry the one, Weaver. So where was I going? Where was I going with that story? Oh, when I was 12, the rule was, I was racing Bandoleros. The rule was, if I didn't get straight A's in school, we weren't going to the racetrack that week.
Really?
Yeah. You might be surprised. But it had to be straight A's. And there was a progress report. We were leading, it was in the fall, we were leading the championship at Concord Speedway. Got a progress report. I got a B in English. Well, that might surprise y'all for my English, as tidy as it is. And we stayed at home that week. We didn't get the points, and we lost the championship, so that was when I had to tighten the screws. So you better tighten the screws, buddy.
Will do.
All right. But hey, tell the folks here, they're all wearing, Chase Elliott stuff. They're all wearing some Denny Hamlin stuff. See one fellow with a camo shoe hat. Appreciate y'all. But how can they go follow, it's easy to find us on a Sunday afternoon. How can they follow your career? What are you doing? What are you driving now? Heard you made your UMP dirt modified debut. How'd that go?
It went pretty good. I got about 50 laps of practice on the day before, and then there was no practice on the race day, and I qualified. There was 13 cars, and I qualified 11th.
You don't have to say that there's 13 cars. Just say you qualified 11th.
There you go.
We got to work on it. These are the things you can leave out of the story. Qualified 11th, okay?
And I finished 12th.
My man finished 12th, top 15 in his debut, guys. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. As long as you get better every week, that's all that matters, right? What do you want to do?
I want to get into, hopefully I can get into Inspired Motorsport Chevrolet.
Hey,
Wow.
Those trucks are running like hot rods right now, but
Yeah.
Cup cars have been running good too. Maybe I know somebody, maybe I put the good word in. Raja's big dub a couple weeks ago in Vegas. That was super cool to see. He came on the podcast, 2 Stacking Pennies last week. Anybody check that out? If not, you need to. It was a great interview.
She has a Stacking Pennies shirt.
I know. It's an OG fan. Just getting them one at a time. You can find it anywhere, too. It doesn't matter. You got Sirius riding up and down the road. You can, I think it's on Tuesday at 2, where you find your podcasts. YouTube's pretty cool. Weaver doesn't watch, but that's okay.
I do watch.
But yeah, we're chipping away at it. It's been great. It's been cool to watch Everett literally grow up. I've had to buy this guy more pair of racing shoes. I have to buy this guy because it's like toes are growing out of him because his feet are getting so big so fast. But I got to keep my man looking good, right?
Yeah, I call them my shoes, my super shoes whenever I get them.
Yeah, so just trying to help, just trying to give back a little bit. I know there's a lot of people that gave me a lot of advice, a lot of help, because it does take a village. It takes a village to raise one, but it also takes a village to make it to where you want to go in the sport. And I've had a lot of people help me out, so it's the least I can do to help my man here and a lot of other kids that ask my help coming up the ranks.
Yeah, Corey, you grew up a Kannapolis, North Carolina boy. Grassroots racing and the local short tracks, how important for folks that don't know, like local racing and local racetracks, how important are they to the big dogs in the Cup Series on Sundays?
Yeah, I think it's, it's not a one-way, it's not a totem pole that one ranks higher. It's all a connected loop, because if our short tracks are strong, then the fan base for Sundays is strong. And if the fan base is strong for Sundays, then it's going to trickle down to your local short track, whether is Highland Rim even is that around anymore? What was the track over here? Those super high banks. Anyways, any NASCAR short track to watch some late models or legends cars or dirt modifieds or whatever it is, it's going to benefit from a healthy Cup Series. A lot of, even if it's F1 fans, right? If you've got a race in your backyard, you're going to be interested to go check it out as well. So I grew up racing short tracks all across the Southeast, Hickory, South Boston. So to be able to see those short tracks be healthy is something that I'm super excited at, and I'm excited to watch my little man here, whether it be Flow or anywhere else you can check whatever series you're racing at the next couple of years. I'm excited to watch it grow.
All right, before I turn you loose to your other appearances in practice and qualifying, let's talk Bristol. This place, not covered in dirt.
Thank Jesus. Thank you, sweet baby Jesus.
It's concrete in the spring for Bristol. Resin is new.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
It's the compound they used to use at Michigan and some other places. I think the EPA likes that a little bit better.
But never here, right?
No. The PJ1 is way stickier.
Yeah.
The resin lasts longer.
And will spread out more, I've heard.
The resin will spread out.
Yeah.
It'll kind of smush maybe.
Okay.
But if anything, it gets picked up. I think that might keep the bottom lane less advantageous on the front end, but a little bit more advantageous on the back end. Because normally when PJ1 gets laid down, it's one lane hammered down. You can't get off the bottom or you get throttled. With the resin, it's only going to be 40% of the grip that PJ1 was. So guys are going to be able to get up earlier, not lose a bunch of time, but also I think that groove is going to be able to hold on longer late in a run where it's not single file around the top. So I know this. I know that this SMI team with Steve Swift and Marcus Smith, those guys really study this thing and are students of the sport, and they're going to be trying to provide you guys, in addition to the Cup Series drivers and Truck Series drivers, the best show that we possibly can.
And then let's continue technical talk for one more question. We saw the short track package at Phoenix, which is a short track, but it's not a short track like this. It's going to be different. Now we have another package here, which
it's the
is
same,
not,
I think.
It is the same.
It's not the same as Phoenix. It's the same as what it's been.
Okay, so can we look at last fall's race as what we will see tomorrow?
Yeah, the night race is a little bit different. Always race is a little different. The track goes through a transition of that dawn to late night. You get a little bit of a swing tight more so than what you're going to see here because the track's going to be in the sun and a little bit of shade, especially that late afternoon. But the same figures are going to be up there fighting for the win. We qualified 10th here in the fall, so I'm excited to come back, see what kind of pace we have. I busted my butt on a restart. We crashed, so I'm super frustrated about that. If we can just keep that hot rod where I think the speed's going to be when we unload. Love your enthusiasm. Let's freaking go. I need to just inject that in my veins here in about 20 minutes before I go inside.
But for folks that don't know and may get a little confused, the short track package is not ran here because of the banking, correct?
Yeah, I don't really know what the reason it was. I would vote to run it everywhere. Not everywhere, but like,
Talladega.
I don't know, Nashville and under? I don't know. But that is way above my pay grade. I just drive in a circle. That's really just what I do and try to drive my car as fast as it goes.
Practice qualifying, what are you accomplishing in practice today?
Yeah, you're going to do a long run off the bat. You're probably going to run a 20, 25 lap run. Try to catch your breath when you come back in because you don't breathe for 25 straight laps around here. Then you want to make a mental note of how your car fired off because you're going to go from running about a second slower than what you're going to qualify. So you want to make sure that you lock in, you tighten the belts, and you lay a really good qualifying lap down because you get 2 laps here. And sometimes if your car is set up to fire off better, it can run faster on the first lap, or naturally it can run better on the second lap too. So trying to figure out which direction your car is hedging, and maybe if you want to give up a little bit on that first lap to have the max amount of grip and tire peak temp on that second lap. I don't know. That's what I had Ryan Sparks for. Just tell me what I should do.
Ryan Sparks is great. All right, Everett, coach him up. Give him your crew chief.
What should I do today, Everett?
I think you should practice good and everything. So
yeah. I like that.
Pedal to the floor.
I'm gonna write that to the dashboard. I like that plan. We're gonna be good. Thank you for coming up here, buddy. I'll give Everett Larson a round of applause. You watching? Scope him out. Where can they find you on Instagram, Facebook?
You can find me at Everett Larson Racing on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Messenger.
Y'all give my man a follow. Also, keep following that 7 Camaro this weekend. We're going to haul some mail.
Yeah, go win it.
Let's go.
Do the Second Pennies plug.
Second Pennies plug each and every week on SiriusXM. Wherever you listen to your podcast, Apple, Spotify, wherever. And YouTube. YouTube's pretty cool. They've got a lot of B-roll and cool edits and all the stuff. So if you have time sitting at work, watch it on YouTube. You won't regret it.
All right.
Hope not.
Everett Larson, Corey LaJoy. Let's give it up for him.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a great day.
Have fun this weekend, Corey.